Hi, I'm Mihai John, and every day a story is to be told. Today I'll tell you a story about this printed circuit board. This is a Mitsubishi electric, one of the printed circuit board with a specific function to control an outdoor. This printed circuit board has a fault, and I will show you this fault. I'll come closer. If you see this area here, that red pin, it is the place where this board is getting a power supply, and because there's some faults into the board, the resistance here on this red pin, it is very low. I took the freedom to take this PC board control at home and to investigate it. As you see here, this is the main board of the air conditioning at Chesham, and this section of the PC board could be healthy, but our problem is in this area. And if you'll see through the magnifying glass, the red socket, when you check the value of it, is supposed to have 108 kilo ohms, but so far on CN100, as you'll see here, it's CN100. That little black square that it rectify, it change the AC and DC. You have the transformers just before the rectifier, and then you have the rectifier, but then you have a parallel connection with another rectifier and then another parallel connection for the network. This is the problem here. So we have a problem in this area here. Probably one ohm or 2 ohms. I mean, it's a very big short circuit in here because some parts might be broken, not the capacitors, but you will see you have some other components like transformers and AC/DC rectifiers and some other parts. Well, I tell you the story. I've been sent to one job to deal with an air conditioning system, and I wasn't aware that the system was under warranty. And when I went there, I found out that another PC board control blew up because that PC board was supplying power to this PC board control. I try to keep it simple. I don't want to tell you it's an inverter board, power board, control board, fan board. Let's talk about two printed circuit boards. One will supply power to the secondary one, but because this one was in short circuit right here, it's supposed to have 108 kilo ohms, and I have about 2 ohms. Imagine, so something just bang, it's just direct short circuit. Every time my colleagues try to replace the fuse of the board that supplies power to this board, the fuses blow up and the main circuit breaker blow up. When I turned to the premises, I just told my colleagues not to look to the board which blows up the fuses, but to check every single connection with other boards, because those fuses, as I could read on the drawings, were supplying power to other boards, and this was the board that was creating fault. I disconnect this board immediately. I left knots everywhere, and I put a padlock onto the main isolated switch of the unit to avoid further destructions of the unit. And I put a quote to replace this board. Unfortunately, this board would take about 3 months. You're something in November, and the board was supposed to come sometime in January, February. So I sent to my manager a quote. My quote was written, and I clearly detailed what we're supposed to do. The client knew the system is under warranty. He called the warranty company, and the guy turned to the premises, and the guy which turned to the premises did something beyond you can imagine. First, he accused me of putting a padlock onto the main rotary isolating switch. He's got a tag with my name on it. He accused me, why did I do that? And he told, because I did that, the warranty would be void, which was the worst thing I've ever heard in 35 years. And I wanted to see that technician, of course, or I wanted to see his manager. I wanted to speak to these guys and to say, okay, guys, you go back to school, because you just installers, you're not technicians. You install something, and if the something you install doesn't work, you run away, because you only know to fit 3 pipes and to connect 2 wires. You might have a little guru which can go on AG150 or on back HD150 to write the initial installation, to put addresses and all this BMS guru. But when you come back to the heavy core to identify a fault, you have serious problems in there. Anyway, the guy said the warranty is void, and he said, he told to my client that he's not going to do it because other company interfere with the business, blah blah blah. I've been told to go back to the premises because the warranty has been void. Manager has been a little bit, how can I say, made uncomfortable by my client. And the manager called me, was quite upset. He said, what did you do? The warranty is void. Under stress, people make mistakes and insult people. As technician with over 35 years experience, I knew exactly what I did, so I pulled out my report and the quote proposal, and I said, this board is damaged. I sustain my theory, and if the people which attended behind my back did something, I'll find out, because people see this PC board like a name, PC board with something on it. But I understand very well capacitor, transistors, resistors, diode, PIC, CPU, bridge rectifiers. So for me, it's all right here, like I'm connecting. It's connected directly to my soul. Finally, the client bought a full outdoor just so I can take this PC board from it to put it to the existing outdoor. That was a lot of money. I went there and I took the PC board control, but honestly, when I reached the premises with one of my colleagues, I was shocked what I found there. And please see this video, and I want you to tell me if that's right. This is the shitting way they do. Can't believe this one. So they pull out the transformer. What the bloody hell pull out the transformer, and why? And the board. We only left these cables out. No, but I don't know why they pulled the fucking board out and run away. The fucking lizards. Everybody does the same shit. Write a shitting report and go home. They pull out everything. Yeah, they pull out the entire board. Is that board? But where's this one? They should change this one. Idiots. Yeah, but we didn't have problem with this one. What? Now, after you saw that video, imagine my frustration. I turned to the premises. The person who've been there pulled out everything, the power board. He disconnected the heatsink. I didn't have the paste with me. I have to look for the paste about 2 hours to call all my friends to give me the thermal paste so I could stick back the power board, the control board, the transformer, the inverter board. He made a mess and left all the gear outside in the rain. I made a video and I asked my manager that I want to meet that technician, his manager, the manager of his manager, the CEO of his company, to ask a simple question. What kind of interview you giving to your people when you employ them? If you have an NVQ3 and wear a technical shirt, it doesn't mean you have enough neurons and gray matter in your brain to understand the principles of electronics. Because for me, electronics applies for everything. You don't have to give a name, air conditioning, boilers, or anything. Electronics and electronics. I call it communication. And there are a lot of sensors into this Mitsubishi outdoor which collect data, and then the data goes into the PC board control, and the PC board control will send the data to another PC board control. But some PC board control supplies power to other PC board control. So if you have a fault where the power supply point would have a short circuit, like the PC board control, which is a load to this PC board control, will blow up the fuse on this PC board control. And that technician would not even dream about this. He doesn't have a knowledge about this. And I tried to find who technician it is. My manager said, okay, look, just dropped it off. He apologized to me. The client apologized to me. But honestly, I'm so tired of pseudo technicians which come with fancy words. My English is not a brilliant one, but it doesn't matter because the language is not my tool. I'm not talking on TV. I'm not a teacher, a grammar teacher. Well, I work with my screwdrivers, with my oscilloscope, with my multimeters, with my computer. I will improve my English nevertheless, but you have to understand, guys, and I'm telling to every technician, some of you are brilliant. I just seen some technicians which baffle me with the amount of knowledge, but some of them I wouldn't even dream to let them on the field, because if they will go to have a surgery and a doctor will do in their body what they did to this Mitsubishi, they might have a hand here and you know the eye will be here, and that's the way. This is a heavy misrespect as bad technician. And the fact that he accused me of putting a padlock onto the rotary switch, that's something which need psychiatrical attention, or 17 edition, now 18 edition, but 17 edition, it needs a 17 edition course to understand that you're allowed to isolate broken appliance, and you have to put the tag and the name and the reason. So when I turn back, I work about 3 hours to put back what that guy destroyed, and then I put only this board and the system just start. But I was kind enough, and it break my heart that my client bought a full outdoor so I could take this board. And I went home and I repaired this board, because I think we live in a consumption society. And despite some of these big corporations that they want to save the world, my answer is not. I think people in Great Britain have the capabilities to build these boards, to build air conditioning, and to build stuff. Why we don't have jobs here? Are we stupid? No. It is easy to exploit the cheap force in other countries, leaving the people of UK without work. So if the workers from other countries which make shoes, clothing, are cheaper and we prefer them, well, we should change also the politicians from China, because probably they're cheaper than the ones here. If you're powerful, you make the rules. I'm telling to every single technician on the surface of this country, be proud and remember what parents did. They conquered the world. Don't lie hoping that Messiah will bring back the values of your parents. You have to work hard for it. You have to open your mind, and you have to learn more. So I end up telling maybe that technician who tried to avoid the warranty, I have just 3 words for him. Shame on you. Go back to school, and before you open your mouth, think twice, because some people are far more above your intellect. And even if you don't understand what you're talking about, some other people do. And you're just one step away to get you to the court, so you can explain to the relevant people what is the base of your allegation and your stupid action? Mihai John, just think about this. I'm attending sometimes air conditioning system. I just open them, and we know that death punishment is still a practice in the United States. Electrical chair. I'm not sure if it has been completely abolished, but I can show you. I found a rat which condemned itself to electrical execution by sticking his mouth on 415 volts inside the air conditioning. So when I opened the air conditioning, the rat was cooked. So maybe when you go to do an air conditioning and you go to work behind some other technician, you don't want to find the air conditioning in the situation where all the parts are pulling out and wires everywhere and the technician just run away, and then you have to deal with this mess, because you can find an air conditioning like that. Like that. Or like that.